using a pro dogfighter. Now, you might want to know how to dogfight because you see some cool VR chat people flying, soaring in the air, firing missiles, pulling crazy maneuvers. Now, once you get the hang of it, you can learn it very quickly. And today, I'm going to give you tips on how to dogfight and how to be a pro at it as well. If your aircraft can toggle smoke, do not turn on smoke. You will get more attention and you will be more likely to get shot at faster. Now, in this game, or in any dogfighting game, do not let your opponent get behind you. If they get behind you or beside you or where you are super vulnerable, you are 99.9% likely to get shot down. Now you see, taxiing to the runway is good, but when you holding a grudge against someone because they just shot you down, I think it would be a better idea to just take off from the shed. Now, like that guy in the F-18 just did, and as you can see, there's a F-15 trailing behind him, and look closely, you can see that he's behind him and he's firing bullets now, and he ends up dying. So, like I said, do not let your opponent get behind you whatsoever. Hovering will get you killed, and I'm going to tell you why. You see, when you're dogfighting and your opponent gets behind you, pulling a Cobra, pulling a Cobra might be or will be bad, because if your opponent is very close behind you and you slow down to pull a Cobra, you're giving him time to pull up longer short-range AAMs and shoot you down, or just using bullets. Now, if they are far behind you and you pull a Cobra, this is also bad, because at this point you're just a sitting target floating in the air if they're far away from you. Flying low is good, but flying low to the ground is good if you want to lose someone, but I don't know. Friends, flying low to the ground is good in the cityscape, but if you want to lose someone, I recommend not trying to shoot them down and not using Fox 2, and do what this guy's doing. Try not to pull a Cobra, but try to shake them off at the same time. Now, let's see, what is it? Tip number 3 or 4? I already lost track. I do not recommend using the F-16 if you're in a dogfight that is highly based on maneuverability. I do not recommend the F-16, the F-15, or the F-14 for all that matter. I do not recommend those 3 planes if you are dogfighting and that dogfight is based off of maneuverability. Now, people say clear for landing. Maneuverability is
coming in.
That's the shortest approach I've ever seen. Golly.
I have too much velocity taking off again.
Wow, okay. Like I said, if your dogfight is based off of maneuverability, do not pick the F-16, F-15, or F-14, because in my opinion, these aircraft are all based off of speed and stealth. Now, the F-18 might be good in some cases, but when you are trying to do basic maneuvers like in VR chat, pulling a Cobra, trying to
bro, I'm trying to come in for a landing.
I think it could be quite difficult for a new beginner. Now, you see, using bullets is good.
Sure. Right? Hold on. Let me land this.
Bro, listening to me? I do recommend the FB-22 and the F-22 because those are like, they're easy to whip around, you know. And if you're doing long distance dogfight, I do recommend the F-16, F-14, and F-15, because those are good for long distance dogfight. And as you can see here, the FV-22 or the F-22 does not have good brakes, and they are very weak. They are prone to they're prone to getting shot down very easily with bullets. Now, as you can see, there are two people flying the Su-57, which is good in some cases because Su-57 has a nice amount of rockets or missiles, highly maneuverable. It does stall easy, and in real life, the thrusters won't save you from that stall. But if you pull the nose all the way up, you can save yourself from that stall. Now, the reason why this runway is so long in this map, because I'm pretty sure, if I play my cards correctly, every single plane has horrible brakes in this game. And the air brakes are just fine, but the ground or wheel brakes are horrible. As you can see, this guy's coming in for a landing, and yeah, and that brings me to my next tip. Always reload your aircraft. Whenever you get the chance, reload your aircraft. If no one is locking onto you or trailing you, land and reload your aircraft. It is always good to have more than enough missiles to keep dogfighting. So, if you just shot down someone and you don't see anyone else in the air, go ahead and land and reload your aircraft. Now, this brings me back to my first tip. The best ways you can shoot down someone is to get behind them or to get in a position where they're facing the opposite direction. If they're facing you, then, and you guys are going head on, then that is a bad sign to pull back or pull away and get far away as fast as you can, because if you're going head on, both of you guys can shoot missiles at each other, and it's a slim chance that either you'll win or they'll win. But either way, you want to keep it at a safe distance. You don't want to go head on. Going head on can be unsafe, unsafe in some conditions, as aircraft collisions. Bullets is also a factor in this, because if you're going head on, you're going straight for them, which means they don't even have to aim, then just shoot at you. And also hovering. Hovering is not good in some cases, because if you hover, like I said, you're just in a sitting position in one place where people can freely use long or short range AAM, or even use bullets for all I care, and just shoot you down simply or easily. Now, as you can see, there was two people flying an FV-22, and one of them got shot down. Now, if you're flying the same plane, or let me take it back, if people say it's not based off the plane, it's based off the pilot, and when you're flying the same plane, that factor does come in handy. Now, if you're flying the same plane, then you want to keep a lookout for how good they are, because if you're flying the same plane, they really have no differences than you. They have everything you have, all the bullets, all the missiles, all the maneuverability, all the speed. So it really comes down to the pilot when you guys are in the same aircraft. Now, in this game that you can see around me, flares will come in use if you're at a long distance, but if you're at a close distance and they're facing the opposite direction or you're facing the opposite direction of them, then flares won't come in handy if you guys are like close behind each other. And I don't recommend trying to do formations or forming alliances with people in this game, because from my history, every one of these kids or players are brutal. They show no mercy at all. And sometimes, as you can see, people will circle the spawn area. They'll circle the spawn area and wait for someone to come out and shoot. Now, that is a common technique in most games. The best way to handle that is to take off and do what he did and start losing altitude and flying low. And when you know they're far away, you want to pop back up and fly towards them. Now, if they're nowhere to be seen, like this guy has just figured out, you want to start getting you want to gain the altitude. The more altitude you have, the less likely you'll be shot down. It's like in Star Wars. He has the high ground, guys. He has the high ground. If you have the high ground, there is some leverage that people who are at low altitude still have. They can hide behind terrain or fly low in the cityscape, and you really have none of that at high altitude. But when you're at high altitude, you can see the whole map, and you can see where everyone is at any given time. So that's it for today. I might be doing a double upload. I will make a part 2 of this, and I'm gonna record some dogfighting videos with my friends. And if you guys want to see more like this, make sure to like, subscribe, don't turn on post notifications, and you guys enjoy the rest of your day/night/evening/afternoon/morning, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.